here to come. Hold it in the sun. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Hold it in the sun. All of the best yet to come. Throwing open all the curtains wide. Not gonna miss a thing. Nothing's promised to you in this life, but it's there for us to take. So live well before we break.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the locker room. I'm Nancy, and today we have a big story. Okay, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate every one of you. I'm showing 3 people in viewing and only 2 thumbs up. What's up with that, guys? My hair's not cooperating today. Terrible hair day. Well, what did I do today? I went and bid on a storage locker. I'll find out Friday if I get it. But anyway, we are here to talk true crime. You saw I don't have a banner flowing. What happened to my banner? There we go. All right. You saw in my intro that I have the fair use disclaimer and the trigger warning up. We're going to be talking about Ashley Loring HeavyRunner today. She is one of 6,000 missing Indigenous women in the United States. That is 6,000 too many missing Indigenous women. And by Indigenous, I mean Native American. Women who are from or Native American Reserve. She is a member of the Blackfoot tribe, which follows my heritage because my grandmother on my mom's side was a Blackfoot Indian. And yeah, but I'm not related to the case, okay? I'm just following the story. It's a big story because Ashley's been missing for 8 years. She went missing when she was 20 years old. She would right now be 28 years old in the event that she's still alive. Her family's still searching. So let's get into the story. Thank you for being here. It is Wednesday, September 24th, and here comes the yawns. I'm sorry. Okay, we've got our sage burning over here. It's going to be a good day. All righty, come on up there. There you are. The disappearance of Ashley Loring HeavyRunner. Okay, she's from the Blackfoot Indian Reservation in Montana. She went missing in 2017. Ashley Loring HeavyRunner was 20 years old when she was last seen in 2017. Though Ashley stood just 5 feet 2 inches tall, A childhood friend described her as emotionally, spiritually, and physically strong. Her mother, Loxie Loring, called her smart, athletic, positive, and always willing to help. Someone who loved horses and the rain. Ashley was a member of the Blackfoot Indian Reservation in Montana and was enrolled at Blackfeet Community College, studying environmental science. The reservation spans over 1.5 million acres, making it larger than the state of Delaware. Wow, that's pretty big. Is Montana big enough to hold all that? Wow. I just saw 5 people in here and I still only have 2 thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. Ashley's sister Kimberly first sensed something was wrong after returning from a 3-month trip to Morocco. The plan had been for Ashley to move into Kimberly's apartment in nearby Missoula so they could start a new chapter together. But Ashley never contacted her upon her return, and calls and messages to her phone went unanswered. At first, the family thought Ashley might be visiting a friend or had simply lost her phone, something that had happened uh, before. But when their father, Paul, was unexpectedly hospitalized for liver failure and there was still no word from Ashley, they knew something was seriously wrong. The family was close and Ashley would never have stayed silent. Kimberly reached out to Ashley's friends on social media to see if anyone had heard from her. The last confirmed sighting was on the night of June 5th at a party on the reservation. A short video posted from the party showed Ashley sitting on a couch. I'm so sorry. Get a bite of caffeine. I've been drinking coffee all day long. I don't guess that helped. Okay. A short video posted from a party showed Ashley sitting on a couch surrounded by people drinking and chatting. On June 6th, Kimberly received a message from Ashley asking for money, but Kimberly, still in Morocco, couldn't help. She asked Ashley if she was okay, and Ashley replied that she was. The following day, June 7th, someone else reported receiving a message from Ashley requesting a ride, but when they responded, they never heard back. 2 weeks later, a family received their first tip. A young woman had been seen running from a vehicle on US Highway 89, which runs through the reservation. The area is remote, surrounded by swamps and dense forests. Blackfeet law enforcement and the Bureau of Indian Affairs, BIA, conducted a 3-day search but found nothing of significance. Now, this little one is Ashley right here, and this is her sister, Kimberly. Feeling the case was not being taken seriously and frustrated by what she perceived as indifference by police officers, Kimberly took matters into her own hands. She organized daily searches across the reservation and became the lead investigator on her sister's case, taking phone calls, reading messages, and chasing down leads. If me and my family didn't search for Ashley, I don't think anyone would be looking for her. Kimberly Loring, sister of Ashley Loring HeavyRunner, ABC News. Kimberly knew that before her disappearance, Ashley had been struggling with the recent death of their grandfather and the breakup of her first love. In the aftermath, Ashley began experimenting with rugs and spending time with an older crowd, including a man named Sam McDonald. Sam McDonald was one of the last known people to be with Ashley. After the June 5th party, the two went back to his cabin and stayed there together for several days. On June 11th, he told her it was time to return home. As they drove, Ashley asked him to pull over so someone named B-Dog could pick her up. She also asked for directions to a cabin in the area. which Sam provided. He claimed he fell asleep in the car, and when he woke up, Ashley was gone. We'll see that in the video later. And after looking around, he assumed she had left with V-Dog and drove off. V-Dog was the nickname of Paul Valenzuela, a man who in his 50s with a criminal record. He was married to Ashley and Kimberly's cousin, Tashina Running Crane, also known as T. The marriage was rocky, and Ashley's family later said that she and Paul had been romantically involved before she went missing. About a month after Ashley's disappearance, Paul filed for divorce. T said she was unaware of the relationship until after Ashley vanished. She told investigators that she and Paul had been in Seattle around the time of Ashley's disappearance, but Paul returned to the reservation alone on June 11th. T told Kimberly that Paul had picked Ashley up and given her a ride to another town. When Kimberly confronted Paul, he denied it, saying T had been misinformed. During the search near Sam McDonald's property, investigators found a tattered gray sweater and a pair of red-stained boots that both appeared to be Ashley's size. We'll see that in a video later. The items were turned over to the BIA, which is the Bureau of Indian Affairs. We learned that earlier. Okay. I got lost. But no testing was done at the time because the agency misplaced the evidence. Hold, please. Sorry, that was a picture of CJ who caught a fish at school.
Come on, my child. Let's go.
In recreational sports or something class.
Advanced outdoors activities.
Advanced outdoors activities. All right, supper's in there.
Come on, church. Out.
Close the door so he don't come back in, please. Get him out. I don't want fleas in here. We're fighting a flea situation right now with 4 dogs and 2 cats, and now
4 dogs.
2 dogs and 2 cats. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have one. I got one.
Yeah. So with them all going outside and coming back in, going outside and coming back in, they're bringing fleas in from outside. So my whole house, except for my office, is covered in 7 dust to kill out the fleas. And then tomorrow it'll be 48 hours and I can vacuum up the 7 dust. So, and I put flea stuff on the animals. So, okay. Okay. I'm going to back up so we don't miss anything. During the search near Sam McDonald's property, investigators found a tattered gray sweater and a pair of red-stained boots. Both appeared to be Ashley's size. The items were turned over to the BIA, but no testing was done at the time because the agency misplaced the evidence. When the FBI later joined the investigation, they recovered the items, but any results from forensic testing have never been made public. To date, police have not yet named any suspects and no arrests have been made. Despite several reported sightings, Montana reporter Rachel Crow Spreading Wings. Crow Spreading Wings what said she saw Ashley weeks after her disappearance. Rachel had pulled over to pick berries when a disheveled young woman approached and asked what she was gathering. The woman looked exactly like Ashley. A man stood nearby on the road, also disheveled and seemingly intimidating. Rachel felt the young woman was afraid of him. When asked, the woman said her name was Ashley. Feeling uneasy, Rachel reported left and reported the incident to police, but never received a follow-up. When she called the FBI later to check on the tip, she was told there was no record of her report. Kimberly eventually testified before the U.S. Senate about her experience, the investigative failures, and the systemic mishandlings of her sister's case. Now, if you ask me, I have heard that situation in several cases. Let's talk about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. People are putting in tips, and they're not ever hearing back from TBI, Sumner County, or anything. And in the Summer Wells case, people are putting in tips. Nobody's ever hearing back as to whether their tip was found credible or not. Thank you to the 4 people who are in our chat right now. Please hit that thumbs up. I'm only showing 2 thumbs up. But then again, they might not be updating. Okay. So anyway, and if you feel like you want to donate a tip, it's never expected, but I do appreciate it because that's the only way I can fund my channel. My Cash App and my Venmo are listed below. And if you would like, you can shop at getlocker.com and use code FIRSTTIME for 20% off of your first purchase. And it's www.getlocker.com. And I sell vintage and antique items, glassware, figurines, salt and pepper shakers. I have over 48 sets of salt and pepper shakers listed on there. And, I think only 2 of them are matching. So let's get back into the story. From the very beginning, both the Blackfeet Tribal Law Enforcement and the Bureau of Indian Affairs have ignored the dire situation that Ashley is in and have allowed the investigation to be handled in a dysfunctional manner. This isn't just the reality of our family, but the reality for many murdered and missing Indigenous women's families. Since Ashley disappeared, Kimberly has quit her job, moved home, and continued the search for her sister. She has conducted over 120 searches with minimal help from law enforcement. Kimberly continues to search every day. The case remains open and unsolved. And here's some tips about where you can find more information. Okay, now we have a video that I want to say is about 11 minutes long, and it is from The Guardian. So let's pull this up here. This is going to give us a bit of information about the case. Let me back it up.
Ashley, Hillary, Joel, keep her on the road.
I see Ashley everywhere. Everywhere I go, I see her. Every movie I watch, one of these girls, they look like her. I would have these dreams. She told me to make a wish. And I made a wish that she'll come home. And she said, don't worry, because I'm going to come home. when you live on a ranch,
This is actually on the reservation where they're, it's going to go through little sections, but it's a good video. I did watch this one.
in the middle of nowhere, all you have is your brothers and your sisters. Everywhere I went, I always made sure everybody knew about Ashley. I was proud to have her because we had that such bond, that big bond together. And I miss that. I'm scared that I lost it. That's what's really hurt.
Okay, let's back up here. Read this. Ashley HeavyRunner Loring was 20 years old when she disappeared in June of 2017. Kimberly has been searching for her for 15 months at the time of this publication.
It is extremely difficult to keep coming up here to search, but I need to find her, and that's what I'm going to do. That's what I've been doing, and that's what I will always do. If it takes me forever to search for her, then it's going to take me forever to search, but we're still going to keep searching.
In 2017, 5,646 Native American women were listed as missing. That is 5,646 too many, in my opinion. Let's bring them all home. Lawmakers are calling it an epidemic. Well, they shouldn't. They should get off their butts and do something about it, in my opinion.
I guess I just don't understand why somebody would want to hurt her.
J.C. Newell, longtime sleeping, Ashley's cousin.
Because she was so tiny and just cute little girl, you know. It just amazes me that we don't know nothing, you know. And like, how can you live with yourself every day knowing that?
Ashley! Ashley! Ashley!
Okay, you're good.
The reservation spans 1.5 million acres and is larger than the state of Delaware. And look, this is watery, like swamp land right here. If she's under that water, it could be just knee deep and she could be underneath it. Look how tiny she is. Kimberly has heard dozens of rumors, but very little reliable information about her sister's disappearance.
Every time we go search, it's a different group of people. It's just who's available at the time and who has the strength to come out here and look for her. Because when you're out here searching, all you can think of is Ashley, and that's hard. You know, it's the question that's on my mind all the time is, what will I do if I actually find her? You know, that's just the worst part. It's not easy to go out there and search. You get these leads and they're terrible. And when you don't find anything at the end of the search, you just feel like, what's next? Like, where now? And it's the worst feeling. I don't want to find her in the mountains. But if she is up there in the mountains waiting for us to find her, then I want to bring her home.
Neva! How you doing? Can you open up that door for me? Yeah, you know you're not supposed to be on the property, right?
I'm trying to get into treatment. I'm homeless.
This is a homeless lady that they're telling cannot be on the property. And she's telling them she's trying to get into treatment. Now, I can understand them saying for her not to be on the property, but this is law enforcement. Why can't he do something to help her get into treatment? He could take her to the treatment facility, in my opinion, if there's one on the reservation.
Mm-hmm.
My mom passed away.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
Isaiah Weber is one of only 18 officers patrolling the entire 1.5 million acre reservation. 18 officers. Let me see. They have to cover 8,333.33 acres per officer. If you ask me, that's just too much ground. Too much ground for one officer to cover.
I've been dealing with NEWA since I've started. Yeah, they're very susceptible to being taken advantage of.
This again is Isaiah Weber, Blackfeet Tribal Police Officer or Department.
Either kidnap or assaults, murder. All it takes is one party to go to, and you see your person and just get her drunk, and like I said, next thing she's gone. You know, our people, they weren't static. And then I think at the time when the government just, you know, told them, hey, this is where you stay, no more free roaming, you know, I think that hurt our people a lot. You know, they weren't free anymore. And then that strife morphed into abusing alcohol, abusing women, you know, children, and just kind of planted the seed for a lot of these problems that we're dealing with today.
Okay, I can kind of understand that because I have pictures of my grandmother when she was 3 years old, and she was taken to some place called Tent City in Oklahoma. Now, we don't know which tent city she was in. We just know it was someplace called Tent City, and she was with her sister. And the girls were given these white cotton dresses that looked like somebody cut a hole in two arms in top of a gunny sack and stuck it on them, you know. And this was, you know, the white man, us, when we were populating the United States, we moved the people who owned this land, the Native Americans, we moved them into small clusters of groups. And that's how they become tribes. You have the Blackfoot, the Cherokee, I don't even know all of the nations. I don't know. But the Navajo and everything. And the Blackfeet, it's showing that they're up here where she's at. So, and yeah, that did cause problems, making them only be in a certain area, and they couldn't leave their area. Now, today, they can, but their tribal customs say that they will have problems if they do. So, and they don't name, if they're off of the tribe, they don't get named like Running Foot or Bird with Wings or whatever. They don't get named names like that. But Ashley and the two little kids in Nova Scotia, their moms are from a reservation, an Indian reservation up there in Canada. Now, I don't know what tribe that would be. They've said it, but I'm sorry, I don't remember. I didn't follow the Ashley or those two little kids. I didn't follow their case very much. I did in the beginning, and then it just seemed like it was just a bunch of hockey. I think the mom and stepdad know exactly where them kids went, and they're fixing to bring cadaver dogs in again, and those little children will be found. It won't be long, in my opinion. I'm hoping that they'll be found. Okay.
So this is a well-known party house, known for drug users. This is one of the last places Ashley was reported to have been seen, supposedly. This house has been a part of many investigations for us, and now the owners have finally kicked everybody out. And the information is very, very, there's not a lot, and the people who have seen her, or the people who gave us the information, they don't want to talk. They don't want to give too much. They go by that mentality of, you get that person in trouble, well, it's going to come back on you, and the family's going to be after you. They don't want to be the snitch, the person that knew, who gave that person up.
Matthew Lone Bear has come to Montana to help search for Ashley. So I don't know if he's a relative or not. In 2017, his sister Olivia went missing in North Dakota. Okay, so I don't know if he's from a different tribe or what, but obviously he is Native American by his name. Her body was later found in a lake. That is tragic. Tragic. And I'm sorry for the loss.
There's not very many resources that go out to the families that are looking for their missing folks. There should be at least some helicopters out here or something, With when Native people go missing, they don't get the same resources as when a white person goes missing.
And that's sad. It's true, but it's sad. Very sad. I wish that they did, but I don't know. I don't know if the Native Americans don't let the white men come on their reservation to search, or what the situation is. I don't know that answer.
Not just to racism.
I'm not sure what else it could be. If somebody can explain that to me, I'm all ears. One thing that really helped me with that.
I don't know if it's a racial thing. I don't think it is. I think it's the laws of the Native Americans and the laws of the white men don't jive. Because we'll hear later that the Native American, Bureau of Investigation, Bureau of Indian Affairs, that's what it's called, BIA, and the federals, the Native American federals, and the local police in the area, they don't have their heads together. They don't work together. They work separate from each other, and these lines don't cross right here. These lines do not cross. We'll hear about it later. I'll show you.
A lot of the searching was that, every day that we didn't find Olivia, it was also a possibility that she was still out there someplace.
Mm-hmm.
When you're searching, you can't be emotional. You can't lay in bed all day, even though you want to. But now
I'm starting to realize that I need to feel it sometimes, feel it to make it real. And that when you do feel it, then you get stronger after a while, and you get stronger and you can keep searching.
I know how it feels for her, to be out here searching by herself with all the stuff that we came across. We hope that, the experience that we had, we hope, we can make it a little easier for Kimberly.
What did you see?
I flew all the swamp area. That's what you're talking about, the swamp, right? Swamp butt. Flew that, but I don't see anything that's kind of out of the ordinary.
Where you at?
Way over there. Can I come back now?
Well, you're free. Fly a little bit longer.
For 3 days, Matthew searches for Ashley. But he finds no sign of her.
I've been avoiding a lot of some questions, trying not to face it. I need the truth. I want justice for my baby girl. I feel she died. I feel she's alive. I hope. But then all the rumors are pretty terrible, haunting. Drive a man crazy. I want to see who these people are. They're there in front of me sometimes. I don't know who they are. I wish I did. But I don't trust anybody right now.
The search for Ashley is my life now. I put everything on hold for Ashley, but Ashley is worth it. She's worth everything. It's like, where do we look now? Like where? There's no words to even describe it, because it's just a nightmare. It's a nightmare that you can't wake up from, and it's my life. And I just miss my sister.
The FBI is now investigating Ashley's case as of when this was filmed. No arrests have been made as of when this was filmed. Some beautiful country out there. So, I mean, we'll find out in more videos in a little bit, but it's really sad that this has to happen. I mean, it happens to us white people, but more so to our children, like Sebastian, Wayne Drake Rogers, and everything. And a lot of times it's trafficking. With the Native Americans, I don't think it's trafficking. So, but she looks enough like a white person. She doesn't look as Native American, other than her cheekbones being clear up in her eyeballs like mine are. Hey, H. Davis, how are you doing? Did you have a good day at work? Now, we're going to go to another page. I guess that's CJ taking trash out. I just got a motion detector signal on my front door. Okay, it says the disappearance of Ashley Loring HeavyRunner, Blackfeet Indian Reservation, Montana, 2017. You're doing amazing. I am so happy to hear that. That is such good news. I needed good news today after reading this story. This is such a sad story, but I needed some good news. Thank you. Thank you. Ashley Loring HeavyRunner was 20 years old when she was last seen in June 2017. Although Ashley stood 5 feet, okay, we already read this. I don't know how we ended up. Okay. Kimberly reached out to Ashley's friends on social media to see if anyone had heard from her. The last confirmed sighting was on the night of June 5th at a party on the reservation. A short video posted from the party showed Ashley. We already read this part. 2 weeks later, the family received their first tip. A young woman had been seen running. Okay, we already read all of this. This is just it with pictures. Okay, so we're going to skip this one because we've already read it. I'm sorry, I don't want to read that long old thing all over again. Click off. I clicked off. There we go. Here's the motion detector again. I guess CJ's coming in. All right, now. This is going to give us a little hope. Suspect arrested by FBI in Great Falls has been identified. This is a photo from the Mountain News. Great Falls. The man who was arrested by the FBI in Great Falls early on Monday, August 14th, 2023, has been identified as Paul J. Venezuela. That was Big Heavy B, or whatever. Remember in the beginning of the story, Big V or something, whatever his name is. There were officers from several agencies involved in executing the search warrant just after midnight, including the FBI and the Ponder County Sheriff's Office. An officer with a bullhorn announced several times that the FBI was executing the warrant and ordered Valenzuelan to come out of the house. At least one flashbang was used, and officers with the FBI SWAT team eventually broke down the door of the house. Here's a video. Okay. I can't get it any bigger. I think this is just a commercial.
Warrant. People were detained overnight in Great Falls after law enforcement officers executed a search warrant. The situation developed between midnight and 1 a.m. on Monday, August 14th, at or near 6th Avenue North and 7th Street. There were officers from several agencies involved in executing the search warrant. Agencies included the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Ponder County Sheriff's Office. An officer with a bullhorn announced several times that the FBI was.
That's what we read before, because I wasn't aware that there was a video down below.
Executing the warrant and ordered the suspects to come out of the house. At least one flashbang was used, and officers with the high-risk unit eventually broke down the door of the house. There is no word.
Okay, that's when they said it was FBI SWAT that broke down the doors.
On the nature of the search warrant, nor the names of any suspects. We have not yet been able to confirm whether there were any arrests. The FBI has declined to release any details about the incident, other than to say that agents were conducting court-authorized activity. We will update you if we get more information.
Okay. During his initial appearance in federal court in Great Falls on Monday, Valenzuela faced a criminal complaint charging him with threats to a federal official and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Court documents allege that Valenzuela, who has felony convictions, illegally possessed a firearm, and that on August 7th he made threats to an FBI officer in text message in which he refers to having access to firearms and stated, "Shoot at me, I shoot back." Court documents also note that Valenzuela was questioned back in December 2021 regarding the disappearance of Ashley Loring HeavyRunner. He denied having any specific knowledge regarding her whereabouts. HeavyRunner disappeared from the Blackfeet Reservation in 2017. You can click here for more information. Valenzuela, 55 years old, remains in custody pending further proceedings and will update you when we get any more information. Okay, but he's refusing to say anything about her. He says, I don't know. I don't know. The biggest, shortest sentence in the world. I don't know. Excuse me. I'm going through a commercial. Hold, please. All right. This is at the 2-year mark since Ashley went missing. Now, right now, we're on over 8 years. Okay, so that's beautiful.
Oh my God, look at this picture. This is just Ashley right here.
I know too. I like that one too.
Kimberly and Johnny Lynn cling to photos of their sister Ashley.
Ashley,
I guess that's the only thing in the case that can bring them happiness is remembering pictures of Ashley. I don't know how it is, but I believe that's what I would do myself.
is a beautiful and amazing person, my inspiration, my protector, and my angel.
Every time I think about my sister, I just think about her smile. Everybody wanted to talk to her. She was so beautiful and outgoing. Ashley knew no stranger.
Ashley Loring HeavyRunner, a loving sister.
His name again, what is it?
Eugene Lee Manuel.
A doting godmother. A star athlete in high school, known for her contagious smile. She excelled at college.
She was also incredibly humble about it. Every time she'd, get a paper back and got a good grade, she'd say,
She was dissecting a frog biology class. I remember that. Those frogs smelled like formaldehyde.
"Oh, really? I got an A?" or "Really? I got a B? Me?"
Her bright future ahead of her until the tentacles of poverty, crime, and drug abuse that plague her home, Montana's vast and beautiful Blackfeet Nation, wrapped themselves around her.
She told me she loved me and tried giving me a hug. I didn't give her a hug. And then
Oh, this is her little sister. She said she's upset because Ashley tried to give her a hug and she didn't give her a hug. I guess it was the night Ashley left for the party. With her packing a bag, I'm guessing Ashley knew that she wasn't coming home from the party. She had no intentions of coming home from the party. Now, either Ashley is someone who doesn't want to be found or something suspicious has happened to her.
And then she left through the door. And that was the last time I saw her.
Authorities and family in Glacier County are continuing to search for Ashley Loring, also going by Ashley HeavyRunner.
Oops.
Search for Ashley.
This says Ashley also goes by Ashley HeavyRunner. Last seen June 5th. Loring is 5'2", about 90 pounds. She has brown hair with brown eyes. Loring was last seen wearing a t-shirt and jeans. This is Ashley Loring, and her name is Ashley Loring HeavyRunner.
Ring, also going by Ashley HeavyRunner.
Ashley's case is just part of a hidden epidemic sweeping across huge swaths of North America.
In Indian country, everybody knows somebody.
A sister, an auntie, a mother that was murdered or went missing. This is our life. This is what we're born into.
Savannah Loffontaine Graywind, who's 8.
This is Savannah Loffontaine Graywind. The volume is really low on this part. She was 8 months pregnant. She's 22 years old, 5'4". Her weight was unknown due to her pregnancy. Her hair was black. Well, it looks dark brown right there. Her eyes were green. Last seen Saturday, August 19th, 2017. Now, she was 8 months pregnant in 2017, so that means she would have a 7-year-old child right now, or a child that's about to be 8 years old, because it was in September, August, and she was 8 months pregnant. So in September she would have been 9 months pregnant. So yeah, she would have a little 8-year-old girl. I would hope the little girl is as beautiful as she is, or a little boy. It could be a little boy. We don't know.
Months pregnant has gone missing.
Olivia Lone Bear, who went missing.
This is Olivia Lone Bear. They don't know her age. She's 5'6", weighs 130 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, last seen October 24th, 2017. So she looks to be about the same age, 21 years old, as the other girls. I wonder if there was a trafficking thing going on here.
October 25th in Newtown,
A
North
search for
Dakota.
Misty Upham led family to her body.
Whoops. Okay, this is Misty Upham. She was 32 years old, 5'6". Her weight's unknown. She had dark hair, dark brown eyes. Last seen Auburn, Seattle, Washington. Okay, so she had gotten moved or ran away to Washington, but she's 32 years old. She has a right to go where she wants to go, but you would think she would tell somebody in her family if she was leaving.
Led family to her body.
Nearly 6,000 missing in.
Said something led family to her body. So that means that she probably was unalived.
Indigenous women, yet less than 200 logged in the National Missing Persons Database.
See, that is failure upon law enforcement. Failure upon law enforcement. 6,000 missing Indigenous women, and less than 200 are being taken serious enough to be logged. That's just Tammy Schaffner. Hello. Hashtag MMIWC. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, but thank you for being here. Please hit that thumbs up. Okay. And so that is failure upon law enforcement by the FBI, the BID, or whatever they're called. Anybody, the law enforcement it's failure. Anybody who's it's just failure, and it's sad. It shouldn't be that way. How many missing children in America are not reported missing? I don't think there's very many at all. If there's a missing child or missing person in America, I've seen adults that were missing that were not Indigenous people, and they go up on the missing persons board. So why cannot the Indigenous people go up on the missing persons board? They're just as important as the rest of us.
There is an epidemic of violence against Native women that just isn't being prosecuted and investigated effectively, and people are getting away with these crimes.
There's so many bureaucratic cracks that Native women and girls are not just falling through, but actively pushed through.
Did you hear that? So many cracks that they're not just falling through, they're being pushed through. So they're just pushed under the table. This story's going under the table. We're not going to listen to that. It fell off into the shredder. Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh my gosh, it's like all red.
Forcing families like Ashley's to navigate a complicated and woefully underfunded justice system, plaguing Native communities across the country.
Dad? Oh my God.
If me and my family didn't.
Thank goodness they didn't show what that was. I'm hoping it was just a rolled up carpet trash or something.
Search for Ashley, I don't think anybody would be looking for her.
Taking them from remote mountain wilderness to our nation's halls of power.
We are important.
And bringing our cameras along.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She went before their Congress and said, we are important. We need to find our people.
They try to solve the agonizing mystery of what happened to their loved one, even pursuing dark rumors.
Bullets, okay.
They say that I killed Ashley, but I didn't.
I was being framed for the disappearance of Ashley, and I made sure the feds knew they are covering up a murder. They all are.
There's a phrase in Indian country that when a Native American woman goes missing, she disappears twice. Once in life and once in the news.
Did you hear what she just said? She said when an Indigenous woman, when a Native American woman goes missing, she disappears twice. Once in life and once in the news. That should not be. In my opinion, that should not be.
She's our baby sister, and I have to find her. I know she wouldn't just up and leave. Something happened to her, and we'll find out. We'll find it. It's going to come out. Because anything that's done in the darkness will appear in light.
Ashley grew up here on the remote Blackfeet Nation in northwest Montana. Once lords of the high plains, this tribe survived massive land loss, disease, starvation, even a massacre of roughly 200 people, all at the hands of the U.S. government. Today, this proud, resilient community resembles most small towns of the West. But from the 1979 kidnapping and murder of Monica Still Smoking to the 2016 murder of Matthew Grant, violent crimes often go unsolved in this windswept region.
Unsolved murders is really high here. And before she went missing, we knew it was.
This is Jenna and Justin Loring, the aunt and uncle to Ashley.
Was bad. But then once she went missing and we started getting involved in all of this stuff, we didn't realize how bad it was.
Ashley's family last saw her here at home on June 5th, 2017. At first, they thought she was with a family friend, but after roughly 2 weeks, they discovered that wasn't true and filed a missing persons report with tribal police and the Bureau of Indian Affairs, or BIA. Authorities joined the family on several early searches, but according to the Senate Indian Affairs Committee, it would be 2 months before the BIA seriously investigated the case.
Law enforcement.
That's 2 months too long. 2 months too long. Every moment counts when it's about a missing person.
Did not handle Ashley's
I
case
think
the
the
way
cat wants in.
they should have. Just kind of blew it off as she was of age, and she's just out there. She can do what she wants.
Frank Goings is one of the just 17 tribal police officers tasked with patrolling the 1.5 million acre reservation.
Should be staffed up to like 50 officers, but unfortunately, money is a big issue.
But chronic underfunding from Congress isn't the only obstacle. Investigators must also navigate a complex jurisdictional maze.
Fundamentally, you have 3 different governments who are responsible for protecting public citizens in Indian country: the federal government, state governments, and tribal governments. And anytime you get 3 governments together to try and do anything, it becomes challenging.
Here's how it works. Most tribes can only charge their own members with a crime, meaning they can't arrest anybody else who commits a crime on their own land. They need outside help.
Like if I was to stop a non-member right now, I'd have to sit here and wait for that deputy to get here.
What's more, most tribes are barred from charging anyone, even their own members, with major crimes. Those cases can only be handled by federal agencies like the BIA and FBI.
And I'll be honest, it's frustrating, but that's just the way it is here.
For a missing persons case like Ashley.
See, that's sad. That's sad. How can a case be solved if this officer has to wait for this officer to arrive, and it might be tomorrow? And then when this officer gets there, oh, I got to go to BIA, or I got to go to FBI. And then it never, by then it's too late to prosecute because the idiot done forgot what he's being arrested for.
Where time is precious, confusion over jurisdiction can hinder an investigation.
And that can lead to either a lack of investigative resources committed by the part of the federal government, for example, or just further delay.
Facing a justice system seemingly designed to fail, Ashley's family, led by her older sister Kimberly, scoured the immense reservation on their own, hoping to retrace Ashley's last known steps.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors going around. Said that they could have tied Ashley to a tree and let the animals get her. It's really hard to deal with.
If it wasn't for Kim, we wouldn't be where we're at now with her case. It's all her.
Just weeks after Ashley went missing, Kimberly and a family friend discovered potential evidence near the desolate town of Bab, a pair of red-stained boots and a tattered sweater.
It was the last thing she was wearing, I guess. We turned that over to the police. They would just put it in a room for months.
Kimberly found that sweater and boots not far from this remote lake house owned by Sam McDonald.
Sam McDonald is supposed to be the last person that Ashley was with that people know of. We heard a lot of bad things about Sam McDonald.
So how did a 20-year-old woman end up here at a lake house like this with an older man like Sam? 2 devastating losses had changed Ashley. First, her beloved granddad, who had helped raise her, passed away. For a time, Ashley found happiness again. You can see it here in this video with her first love. But that love turned to heartbreak.
So she lost 2 of her support systems. And after that, she was just a whole different person.
In pain, Kimberly says Ashley began using drugs and started hanging out with an older crowd.
Yeah, his house is just right up there.
We went to talk to Sam about the 6 days he says he spent with Ashley around the time she disappeared.
This is what the cops did to my door.
He's talking about here, it says, this is what the cops did to my door. You can see where they kicked it in.
Searched my house and my
They searched my house and my property probably 6 times.
property probably 6 times.
Law enforcement questioned Sam multiple times about Ashley's disappearance. Sam admits he partied with Ashley and has been battling addiction for years.
I got on the meth.
I got on the meth. It brought me to the point of being at the bottom.
Brought me to the point of being at the bottom. I mean, it was fun. I partied.
It was fun. I partied, had a blast, went with a lot of women.
I went with a lot of women. Just came down.
It just came down to where Ashley come up missing, and it's time to quit and find her.
On to where Ashley come up missing, and it's time to quit and find her. Somebody asked me one time, Sam, what's wrong with you? Why do you go out with these young girls? Is there something wrong with me? Why would a 20-year-old want to go out with a 55-year-old?
Meth.
Party? Like Dwight Yoakam says, pretty little girl and jug of wine, that's what it takes to make a honk-tonk time? What's the difference?
Sam claims the last time he saw Ashley was on the morning of June 11th, after she asked him to take her to this pull-off so that someone named V-Dog could pick her up.
About that time, I leaned my chair back. We had been up for days, and just like that, I went to sleep. And when I woke up, she was gone.
He claims he looked for Ashley, but couldn't find her.
And I thought, well, she must have got it right, V-Dog.
Sam says he was later told that V-Dog is a nickname for this man, Paul Valenzuela, shown here being arrested on an illegal firearms charge in 2016. The family says Paul was seeing Ashley shortly before she disappeared, while he was still in a rocky marriage with this woman, Tashina Running Crane, also known as T.
First it's Sam, then it's T, then it's Paul. It's back and forth. It's like they're playing with us.
Paul filed for divorce from T roughly a month after Ashley disappeared.
I wanted to know if it was possible about the bill that Paul.
Weeks later,
She says, I want to know if it was possible about the bill that Paul.
this 14-minute recording of T was posted online under the title Setup.
Basically, he has Ashley.
Basically, he has Ashley.
And every town knows it.
And everybody in this town knows it.
In the recording, T claims she's being framed for Ashley's disappearance by Paul. The post was later taken down.
Paul's trying to set me up.
Paul is trying to set me up.
You recorded that video.
I did. I was blaming Paul. I was very upset with him because everybody was telling me it was Paul. When I finally sat him down and found out the truth, I told him I was sorry and everything for even thinking like that.
T agreed to meet us in the fall of 2017 at a cafe. She claimed she'd been searching for Ashley, which the family denies. But she left the reservation to escape what she says are false accusations.
They said that I killed her. They say that I caught my husband and her, but I didn't.
Do you want to take it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it is my husband.
During our interview, Paul calls T from prison.
And maybe you can ask him.
3 months after Ashley vanished, he was incarcerated for a prior illegal gun conviction.
This call is from an inmate at Washington Correction Center.
Hi. I'm just at that interview right now. It's ABC. I'm on camera and everything, and they want to talk to you. All right, bye. He's not down to talk. He's all like, I gotta go. I was like, okay, bye.
T claims she had nothing to do with the disappearance, didn't even know about the affair until after Ashley vanished. However, during the early stages of the search for Ashley, T's husband sent text messages to Ashley's.
It says, Kimberly, have you seen Ashley? Paul, Tashina is giving you false info. Ask her how she probably knows more than she's saying.
Sister, alleging that his wife knew more than what she was saying.
He said to talk to Tashina that she's not telling you everything.
Producer, he said to talk to Tashina that she's not telling you everything.
Oh my God. Well, that's shocking. I have no idea why he would say something like that.
Is there something that you're not telling us about
Is there something that you're not telling us about Paul?
Paul?
I don't know. No, I told you guys everything. I didn't even think he would say anything like that about me. Paul. I thought he was helping me on this. That's horrible. Paul.
While serving time for that firearms conviction, Paul wrote us, promising he could bring us to who did all this to Ashley.
It's from Paul Valenzuela. If you want to interview with the truth from me, you first need to get me transferred back to the Montana or forget it. I know who you are, so don't bother until you make that happen. I'll never bring you where the people who did all this to Ashley. Oh, I'll even bring you where the people who did all this to Ashley. Trust me, I'm the only one who can. So get me back home and you'll get a real good exclusive from me. That sounds like bribery to me.
Trust me, I'm the only one who can. But he'd only talk if we got him transferred to a different prison. We refused, and he declined to be interviewed.
The FBI said the Bureau of Indian Affairs requested their help to find Ashley.
The FBI took the lead on Ashley's case in February 2018, nearly 9 months since she first disappeared.
I'm not racist or anything, but why do they jump all over trying to find a white person? When a native goes missing, they just look the other way, blow it off.
When we come back, the family takes their cause to our nation's halls of power.
There's something seriously wrong here.
And Kimberly gets a surprise call from the FBI.
Okay, I don't think we're going to see part 2. Let's scroll down and see if it's here. This is where they were cutting the curtain. This is just advertisements. This is the sister Kimberly. This is Ashley. This is a different story. This was in the video. This was in the video. This was in the video. That's the little sister. That's the uncle. That's the officer. There's a $1,000 reward for Ashley HeavyRunner Loring. Her sister looking for her. This is a parade. A family celebrated her 21st birthday without her in November 2017. They marched to mark the 1-year anniversary of her disappearance in June of 2018. By June 2018, the family got permission to search the trailer Ashley reportedly visited the summer she vanished. We just want her home. We want it to end. Ashley's Aunt Jenna said, it's literally a nightmare that we have to live every day, every single day, you know? Okay, that's the end of it. All right. All right, now, I don't know, this isn't ABC. This is Montana and Regional News. Reward in Ashley Loring HeavyRunner case. Now, see, I don't know if her name is Loring HeavyRunner or HeavyRunner Loring. It could be either way. Case increased to $15,000. Now, just a minute ago, we read that it was 1,000 or 10,000. Now it's 15,000. Let's watch this little video that's on YouTube. Okay, so I can't get it to go forward. can't get it to shut off. Okay. I finally got all the screens back in order. Vanished in Montana, Ashley HeavyRunner's family without closure nearly 8 years later.
At Cox, we're always a step ahead. Like how the price of your plan won't go up for 3 years. Guaranteed. That's refreshing. Woo! S'mores.
Lock the price of your plan for 3 years. Just another way we keep you a step ahead.
In part 2 of our Vanished in Montana series, we share the story of Ashley Loring HeavyRunner's disappearance from the Blackfeet Reservation in 2017. NBC Montana's Jacob Owens is working for you, talking to the family on their search for answers.
This is what funny, smart, and at times feisty looks like, in the words of Kimberly Loring HeavyRunner. That's how she described her younger sister, Ashley Loring HeavyRunner, who went missing from the Blackfeet Reservation in 2017.
It's just constantly going through all the cycle of grief, but there's no acceptance. It's like going through the cycle.
Sorry.
But there's no
It's
end.
raining. You
Loring
want to borrow my
HeavyRunner says
truck?
Ashley planned to leave the reservation and start fresh with her in Missoula in 2017. But those plans faded once Loring HeavyRunner returned from a trip in June and the family had not heard from Ashley. Now, Loring HeavyRunner thinks Ashley passed away before she landed. She tells NBC Montana her younger sister was pregnant when she vanished, and the family found it too painful to talk about previously.
Oh, so now we find out that Ashley was pregnant. That's news to us.
Loring HeavyRunner says the former father is a good man and a friend. She suspects other people were involved in Ashley's disappearance, including a relative. Loring HeavyRunner says she trusts God more than law enforcement.
From the beginning, we had a hard time getting in contact with the law enforcement. We spoke to them during the first search, and then after a while, we weren't able to contact them.
As in the missing persons case of Gabe Calf Boss Ribs, Blackfeet law enforcement services denied.
I regret to inform you that I'm unable to release the requested reports at this time. Both cases pertain to ongoing investigations with our agency. Thank you for your understanding. How many times have we heard that in these YouTube streets? People do a FOIA on a case, Sebastian Rogers, Summer Wells, and what? We regret to inform you this is an ongoing investigation. We don't have any new information we can share. You know what I say about that?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
That's what I say about that. All right, let's keep going.
My records request. Sandra Barker, an FBI spokesperson in Salt Lake.
The Ashley HeavyRunner case remains ongoing, and as such, I'm not able to comment further. We encourage anyone with information to call the Salt Lake City FBI at 801-579-1400. They can also call 800-CALL-FBI or submit a tip online at tipsfbi.gov. Thanks, Sandra. That is so we're not going to help you at all. We don't even care that your loved one is missing.
City declined an interview request, citing an ongoing investigation. She encourages people to submit tips to the FBI. Frustration over
I think Eric Craddock wrote that. Sheriff Snuggle wrote that.
law enforcement's handling of the cases is not the only link between Calf Boss Ribs' disappearance and Loring HeavyRunner. Marla Nightgun is Calf Boss Ribs' cousin. Jonathan HeavyRunner is her husband. Ashley considered him an uncle. He refers to missing and murdered people on the Blackfeet Indian
Look at this. This is names of people that are missing from the Blackfeet
Reservation as a basket of names. He says our interview was the first of any kind he's done since Ashley vanished.
It's like I'm going through something. It's like we're going through some kind of storm. And you just have to have tunnel vision, you know, to get through the storm.
HeavyRunner recalls Ashley as all smiles, brightening his day when she'd come by to check in. Then one day, that stopped. He's still searching for her. Ashley's lingering absence is why Loring HeavyRunner no longer lives in Montana. She moved in late 2018 at the request of her late father.
He didn't want to worry about another daughter. He knew that if I was to go over there, that I could take care of myself.
Loring HeavyRunner says her family will do one more search for Ashley, and then, as she puts it, they'll leave it in God's hands. Reporting in Browning, Jacob Owens, NBC, Montana.
If you have any information about Ashley Loring HeavyRunner's disappearance, contact the FBI by phone or email. You can find more details on our NBC Montana homepage. And join us next week as we highlight a grassroots movement in Browning working to bring missing and murdered loved ones home. Also, if you have a question or a problem that you would like to send our way.
Okay. So we've just learned that Ashley was pregnant. So if she's still alive, she would have a 7 or 8 year old child. So now we're not only looking for one person, we're looking for a person with a child. Now, if she got married to somebody, if she was taken off the reservation and got married to somebody, her last name wouldn't be Loring HeavyRunner anymore. It would be Ashley Doe or whatever her new spouse's name was. And, okay. So, breaking now. And this was ABC Fox serving Central and Western Montana. All right, let's see what this has to say. Where's the story? I want the story. Okay, there's a video that goes with this. Where did it go? Oh, what in the world? I guess that's not a video. see what this has to say. That looks like my cat. You can't see it. Okay. I don't know. For some reason, it's not showing on my screen. There we go.
Up in a hammock.
The tournament is here. The new season of Twisted Metal is streaming now, only on Peacock.
I'm outside of a home in an area east of Bozeman. They tranquilized the moose, tangled up. Pine Trail, Stillwater Trail, number 24, and Second Yellow Mule Trail, number 40. West Pines claimed the life of one man today. Details limited at this time tonight, but here's what Ash has.
I'm sorry.
We've reached out to the coroner's office for more. We'll get you that one.
Thank you for tuning in to today's program. I believe it's no coincidence that you are watching.
It's available. Up in a hammock outside of a home in an area east of Bozeman. They tranquilized the.
Okay. Robert DeRosie, the Blackfoot Nation's Director of Disaster and Emergency Service, said when they first found the remains, they believed them to be that of Ashley Loring HeavyRunner. However, when the FBI took over the case, it was determined that these remains were of a roughly 6-foot-tall male and ancient in origin. The remains have since been turned back over to the Blackfeet Nation. DeRosier says after finding artifacts around here, the remains were found. They determined this man was to be a policeman. Oh my goodness. Blackfeet law enforcement started in 1878. DeRosier says they will do a traditional burial for the man and also demonstrating a proper law enforcement ceremony. The burial will take place on April 24th at noon on Black Trail Creek following a motorcade from Browning to the burial site. For more information, call. Okay, after 3 months of investigation, the FBI have confirmed the remains on the Blackfeet Indian Reservation, December 13, 2018, are estimated to be of a Native American male between 45 and 60 years old. Anthropological analysis suggests that the remains are the probable historic Asian origin. The Salt Lake City FBI is requesting the remains be returned to them so they could be turned over to the Blackfeet Tribal Historic Preservation Office. February 4th, 2019, the FBI says they are no longer closer to identifying the human remains found on the Blackfeet Reservation in December 2018. When we asked the FBI point blank, is this Ashley? The answer we received in December, January, and today is still, it's too early to tell. And more tests are being run at the crime lab in Quantico, Virginia. HeavyRunner has been listed as missing since June 2017. They have been reported sightings since then, but nothing has been confirmed. Ashley's sister, Kimberly, testified in front of Congress at the request of Senator John Tester to further explain the epidemic surrounding the missing and red-rummed Indigenous women, MMIW. That's what Tammy Schaffner was talking about, hashtag MMIWC. MMIW. Missing red-rummed Indigenous women. I got it now. Thank you, Tammy. Since then, several bills have been drafted and both state and federal levels in hopes of bringing more funding and assistance to the MMIW movement. Browning, an FBI, says it's investigated human remains discovered on the Blackfeet Reservation and evidence Sorry, I don't know who that was calling me. An evidence response team is examining the remains where they were found. The FBI was also alerted to the remains on Thursday, December 13th. On Monday, December 17th, the FBI issued an update to say the remains have been sent to the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia, where the experts will analyze them. From Sandra Baker, FBI. On December 13, 2018, the FBI was made aware of what appears to be human remains on the Blackfoot Indian Reservation. The FBI Salt Lake City Division Evidence Response Team is working to recover the remains and process the location where they were found. We are working the case jointly with Blackfeet Law Enforcement Services, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and the Glacier County Sheriff's Office. Due to the ongoing nature of the investigation, no further information will be released at this time. The FBI declined to say whether the remains could be tied to the case of Ashley Loring HeavyRunner, a woman who went missing on the reservation more than a year ago. Ashley's case to national prominence is part of the movement to spread awareness about missing and red-rummed Indigenous women since she was last seen June 17th. Just on Wednesday, her family testified before Congress about the need to amp up law enforcement priority for these cases. Ivy McDonald, an advocate with the nonprofit Missing Flowers, says in 2018 alone, 30 women have gone missing, and she says the number could be upward of 50. I think the crisis has been in the dark for way too long. I think the time for people to just listen, McDonald said to a reporter earlier this week. So they thought they might have found her, but then they say
The tournament is here. The new season of Twisted Meadow is streaming now.
Pine Trail, Stillwater Trail number 24, and Second Yellow Mule Trail number 40. It's claimed
I don't know
the
why
life of one man today. Details limited at this time tonight, but here's what.
Okay. So that's what we know about Ashley Loring HeavyRunner. She is 28 years old, about to be 29. She might possibly have a small child, kindergarten, first grade age. And if she's still with us, she needs to be brought home or located so she can contact her family. And if by any chance she happens to see this video, please share it out. If she happens to see it, let her know. Actually, your family's looking for you. Call your sister. Call Kimberly. She's out there searching for you day and night. She misses you and wants you home. And your little sister wants you home. Your little sister's so sorry she didn't give you a hug the day you left. So Ashley, please contact your family. As long as they know you're alive. All right, that's all I have for that on this story. do something nice for someone, even if it's just be the reason they smile, and search for crime. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow.